Okay, so thank you all very much for joining our session. My name is Juliana. I am a program manager here at Benign. I'm really happy to be here with you today. If you need to follow up after this event or email me or even send a message on the X platform from previous Twitter, you can find my information here. And this event is also brought to you with the help of our higher education team. We have our amazing director of higher education, Natalie O'Neill. And we also have a new team member. Her name is Monica Nyanza. If you haven't met her, she's going to be with us here today, and you can also ask her questions. So this meeting is going to be recorded, and we're going to send you all of the information after this meeting, including the slides and also the recording. So don't freak out about writing anything or getting all the links, because we'll send you all the information later. So just to give you an outline what we're going to talk about, we're going to have a little bit of introduction to green chemistry, also what Beyond Benign does as an organization, the Green Chemistry Commitment Program, and some opportunities that we have for the whole community to participate and engage with us. So I'm just going on here. The green chemistry, for those of you who are not very familiar with, it's defined as a design of processes and products that minimize or ideally eliminate the use and generation of hazardous substances. And the reason why I really got into green chemistry was the idea and the possibility of changing the general public perspective of the chemistry field, which a lot of people think that's a very dark and horrible field since we had so many accidents happening in the past. Green chemistry is also economically profitable and it's increasing market size. So the idea of green chemistry is that whenever you have something, a risk of something going wrong in the lab or industry, this risk is associated with the hazard that the things we're dealing with has, and also to the exposure that we have to these things. So we usually minimize the risk by minimizing the exposure. So whenever we're in the lab, we're usually using goggles, lab coats, and gloves to minimize the exposure that we have to those things. But the green chemistry approach is actually to minimize the risk by minimizing the hazards. So it's the idea that what you don't have won't kill you and won't harm you. So the green chemistry approach is to minimize the risk of something going on. So even if you have a leak, an accident, or something is spoiled somewhere, the risk will remain low because the hazard is low. So in turn to actually apply what green chemistry says, Dr. Paul Anastas and Dr. John Warner, they created the 12 principles of green chemistry, and it celebrated 25 years last year. So this is basically a framework of how we can still have the benefits of chemistry, but in a safer and more benign way to human health and the environment. Also, green chemistry is a very important tool for us to achieve the United Sustainable Development Goals. They were created by the United Nations in 2015 as a way to achieve peace and also a justice future for all of us by 2030. And green chemistry has this potential of interconnecting socioeconomic and environmental aspects and also help us to achieve these goals. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the need for changing on the system that we have. And this is great that we have green chemistry, but in terms of education, how are we going with that? So I really like this report done by the Royal Society of Chemistry, and it shows a little bit about, and it highlights a little bit about education and what young people think about sustainability and how they expect to be educated about it. So in this report, they show that young people are expected to be educated about sustainability in chemistry classrooms, and also shows that they think that colleges, universities, and schools, they have the biggest responsibility to teach them about that. So we have a big head here, and we need to embrace this responsibility. Also, this need for a change, besides being common sense, is also a requirement. And I'm saying this because the American Chemical Society released their guidelines for bachelor programs last year. And in order for an institution to receive the ACS accreditation, they have now to include green chemistry into their courses and programs. So a critical requirement for the coursework now is that these students, they have to have a working knowledge of the 12 principles of green chemistry. So this is even increasing the demand even more for green chemistry education. But we know that nothing is easy in this life, and there's also barriers associated not only with the increase in implementing green chemistry in the curriculum, but also implementing anything new anywhere. That's how I see it. So some of the green chemistry education barriers that we've seen from our community, they're associated with a lack of training and also expertise of faculty members in the green chemistry concepts. They could be related to the lack of incentive and also departmental resources to teach new concepts, or the lack of curriculum resources. And that's that little persons there. That's how I see the Beyond Benign team trying to push our community up this green chemistry incorporation hill, and actually showing the community that we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, the wheel here. We're actually trying to teach green chemistry through the lens, to teach chemistry through the lens of green chemistry. So pushing this big ball and trying to get a community up of the incorporation hill is how I see our two co-founders. So Dr. Amy Cannon is the first green chemistry PhD, and also Dr. Joe Warner, who co-founded the field of green chemistry. They co-founded Beyond Benign in 2007. And the idea is actually to create a systemic change in education. And we're an NGO, and we partner with a lot of different organizations, industries, and universities across the world to make sure that we do this. So Beyond Benign sees in the future, and that's what we want to achieve, is a world where the chemical building blocks of all the products that we use every day are safe for humans and also the environment. And we see the way of doing this is actually to empowering educators to transform green chemistry education for a sustainable future. And we see this education as a long-lasting change that we need to achieve this vision that we have. So Beyond Benign also, how we do this is actually trying to support and empower the green chemistry community through different educational approaches. So what we want to do is actually to act as this link between research, education, and service to promote and empower our community. A very interesting thing that I learned after I started working for us is that the name Beyond Benign comes from the fact that beyond being environmentally benign, the technologies that we need, they have to have comparable performance and also economics to be successful in the marketplace and to be used. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the green chemistry commitment, and which is our way in the higher education space to create this change that we need and combine the research, education, and services, and also promote this change in chemistry education. So the commitment word can be very strong, and I think we are in need of strong actions right now, because we're seeing all of the consequences of human actions in the world right now. So the green chemistry commitment the idea was born in 2010, where Amy participated in a conference, in the Bioneers conference. She had the inspiration and ideation of the green chemistry commitment there. Amy got together a faculty advisory board to create the framework to structure how the green chemistry commitment would be. And it was officially launched in 2013 with 13 signers. And since then, we have seen a big expansion of the program. And now we have 152 signers from over 16 countries participating on the commitment. So as I said, this word can be very strong, but what we're trying to do here is to focus on the state or instance of being obligated or emotionally impelled to do something. So what is this green chemistry commitment about? So the commitment is actually a collective voice to empower the chemistry community to prepare scientists to a sustainable future. So we want these scientists to practice sustainability through green chemistry at this very molecular level. So when we say commitment, It's a commitment to continue improvement. It's a commitment to continue driving the systemic change in education. The commitment is also a volunteer and very diverse program. As I mentioned, we have over 16 countries participating in their own ways and implementing green chemistry with their own resources. The idea of the green chemistry commitment is also to increase the accessibility of green chemistry all over the world and also act as an inspiration for other institutions, other people, other students to do green chemistry. And the Green Chemist Commitment has a framework called the Student Learning Objectives. So we have 4 of these student learning objectives, and the idea is how we think that ideally chemists in the future, they could serve society through green chemistry. So we have the theory, so we believe that the students, they have to have a working knowledge of the 12 principles of green chemistry. They need to be able to assess, analyze, and come up with solutions for the chemical processes that are being done. We also believe that they have to have a knowledge of toxicology and understand how chemicals, they can affect human health and also the environment. And also we believe that these students, they have to be ready to serve society, not only as scientists, but also as humans, and help to achieve a more sustainable future in this way. So when we say commitment, while the university is committing to, in their own way, to implement green chemistry, Beyond Benign also has a commitment to you and to the university. So the green chemistry commitment Beyond Benign, we pledge to give this university and this higher education institution access to a collaborative network, also grants and leadership opportunities, professional development opportunities, means of measuring the implementation and impact, and also increase the visibility of your institution within the administration and also the international chemistry community. In this other way, the higher education institutions, they pledge to work in their incorporation of green chemistry in the curriculum, also work on the student learning objectives that I mentioned, using their own unique timelines and strategies. And also we have a annual survey for measurement of the green chemistry implementation. And the idea of all of this is actually to give students the skills that they need to contribute to a sustainable future. So for the universities that are not the higher education institutions who are not very familiar of how they can start this process, we also have some case studies on our website. And this is basically like how different universities participating in the green chemistry commitment, they have taken this approach to insert green chemistry and actually start making this change. So here are only a few examples of how green chemistry can be incorporated: by revising existing courses, labs, and projects, by creating completely something totally different, new, and also using external resources within the institution or within the department to continue their green chemistry journey. So in terms of impact, I'm going to show you a little bit of data of how the green chemistry commitment is influencing this systemic change. So as I mentioned, we currently have 152 signers. 31% of those are international signers. We also have within the United States a dedicated program that I'm going to talk a little bit about after, called the Minority Serving Institution Initiative. So, and 69% of our signers are based in the US right now. And this is basically, Beyond Benign had our offices in the US and everything. But after a while, we've started to see the need and also the opportunity to apply the green chemistry commitment worldwide. So we estimate to be reaching over 3,300 faculty in the community, and also 840,000 students annually. So this is the map of the green chemistry community and all of the signers that we have worldwide. And if you don't see your institution in your country, please make sure to talk to us after to make sure your institution's there. So as I mentioned, the participating institutions are taking over the world and leading the change in chemistry education over 16 countries worldwide. So we have here our list of 105 green chemistry commitment signers in the US, in the most different states. And we also have here the list of our 46 international signers that are spread all over the different continents. So if you want to communicate or talk to an university near you that is participating in the green chemistry program, you can also reach out to us or even look in our website and see and find an institution near you for you to talk. So in terms of impact in the global chemistry community, so as I mentioned, we do this annual report for institutions basically to tell us how their green chemistry journeys are going and how Beyond Benign can support your institution to promote this change. So I have here some results of our report from last year, from the 22-23 status report, and we had over 180% of our signers participating in this survey. And what we noticed is that signing the GCC is associated with a reduction in waste generation and also an increase in green chemistry, not only in their department, but also in a broader approach in their institutions. So we noticed that 77% of our commitment signers, they increased their teaching and practice in green chemistry since joining the GCC. 61% started to incorporate green chemistry and sustainability at a broader level. 69% they connected green chemistry to societal issues and also to the UN SDGs and all of this. And 92% have reduced waste by implementing green chemistry into their teaching and also labs. So this is interesting. And I talked about the initiative that Beyond Benign has. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how Beyond Benign is trying to work and support, and so we can increase these numbers in the future. So an important initiative that we have, it's called the 25 by 25 initiative. It was launched in 2021, and the idea is to have 25% of graduating chemists in the US coming from a GCC signing institution by 2025. So currently we're at 12%. So 12% of the graduating chemists in the US are coming from institutions in the GCC program, but we want to increase these numbers to 25 so we can have 25% with this green chemistry knowledge. Also, another institution that we have, it's called the Minority Serving Institution Initiative. So we abbreviate by MSIs. MSIs, they are higher education institutions, and they're unique in their missions to serve minority students from minority groups. And here I added some examples of minority serving institutions. We have HBCUs, TCUs, HSIs, and also the Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institutions. And our idea with this initiative is actually to increase the accessibility to the field of green chemistry and partner with these institutions and provide dedicated opportunities for them. So if you're not sure if your institution is an MSI, we have a link here where you can check. And we also have, as I mentioned, funding opportunities for professional development, leadership, and also student support dedicated to minority serving institutions. So what we're seeing with the community and the green chemistry commitments, that the industry is also supportive of this initiative. They want students to have the tools not only to solve technical challenges, but also address environmental impact simultaneously. This is a quote from Jeffrey Whitford, which is our partner and helps a lot with Beyond Benign with this mission and vision. He's from Millipore Sigma. And also here I have some logos of the different industries that are supporting the green chemistry education. And they do this also by supporting Beyond Benign in our Green Chemistry Education Challenge Awards. And these are funding opportunities for the Green Chemistry commitment signers to create impactful change in their institutions. So for the 2023-2024 program, we had some institutions winning these Green Chemistry Education Challenge Awards, and I like to celebrate some of them. So we had 10 awards going for 5,000 USD each, going for these 10 institutions here in your screen. So we had the City University of Hong Kong, University of Calgary, Universidade Estadual de Ponta Grossa, University of Toronto, Visayas State University Tolosa, McGill University, Harrisburg University, Ambrose University, Georgia Gwinnett College, and also the Tischler University of Education. They all are award winners of a Green Chemistry Education Challenge Award, so congratulations to all of them. And also, as part of our MSI initiative, we had 3 awards of $10,000 going for the California State University of San Marcos, Stellas and Charles Goodman Community College, and also the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Puerto Rico. So if you want to learn more about their awards, please follow us on our social media, and we're going to be celebrating and highlighting all the works that they are doing to promote green chemistry. And very important, this is not over. So more Green Chemistry Education Challenge Awards opportunities, they're coming in February. So here I just have some examples of which kind of projects we are able to fund. So they could be related to assessing the chemistry curriculum, or even redesigning everything, raising awareness of green chemistry through events and initiatives, also promoting professional development support to learning opportunities, going to conferences, courses, or even funds for equipment and supplies for greener approaches within chemistry, within teaching or research. So this sounds great, but how can you participate and how can you join us and all of these things? So the signing process is not very complicated, but the idea is to spread the news. Please share this information with your colleagues, with your institutions. We have 2 forms. So we have the signing form, and we also have the contact form. And the idea is you fill those out, send them back to us. So in this QR code here, you can learn more about the GCC program and also download our resources. And we're going also to send you this link. So if you're interested, you're going to go to our website and you're going to see the signing forms like that. So basically, you're going to see something similar. This is basically what we need, what institutions committing to green chemistry, and also the department. If you have a chemistry department, then this would be the chemistry department. If you don't have a chemistry department, then that would be the other department that's teaching the students about green chemistry. And we also need, since this is an institution commitment, we need the signature of the department chair and also one administrator. This could be the college dean, provost, or the president of the university. After you fill out this form, we also have a contact form, which is the idea of having a person that's going to be the liaison between Beyond Benign and your institution. And we're going to send opportunities, events, and all of the things that we're doing to you so you can share with your institution. So one person, one faculty member can be the primary contact, or you can have more. It's up to you. So, oh yeah, I had an arrow there. So in terms of summary, who can participate? Any higher education institution that wants to share green chemistry journey, that wants to teach their students about green chemistry and wants them to have the skills for a sustainable future. In terms of department, we usually have the chemistry department signing because this is the department teaching chemistry. But if you don't have a chemistry department, this could be the department that's teaching chemistry to students. There are no fees or costs associated with the Green Chemistry program. We are a nonprofit. We want to help you. We want to support your journey. The only thing that we ask from your side is this annual survey for us to build out our data and also see how we can support you. And also, the GCC is a diverse and non-prescriptive commitment to continue improvement. We want departments don't have to be perfect in applying green chemistry. You don't have to be doing all of the things. We just want to help you with your journey and help you with your intention to teach students about green chemistry. So some opportunities from the Beyond Benign side, we have opportunities for the whole community. So we have monthly discussions about green chemistry. These are called the Green Chemistry Connections. Also, they happen third Wednesdays of each month, and in every event we have different themes in the green chemistry realm, so people can talk and discuss. So if you have an interest to participate and learn more about the field, I believe the registration link is on the chat now, so you can register to join us. And also, we recently launched the GCTLC, which stands for Green Chemistry Teaching and Learning Community, which is a virtual platform where you can find anything green chemistry related. So it's a place for the community to share, connect, and grow. And we have a lot of green chemistry resources there, and also different people, so you can connect with them, collaborate, and help to get the field forward. So this is the link for the GCTLC sign up if you want to scan the QR code, or you can also click in the link in the chat for you to join us. Also, Beyond Benign, we worked on having different resources, open access for people who are trying to learn more about green chemistry or teach students about green chemistry. We have over 50 resources to facilitate that, and you can also find way more in the GCTLC platform. And some examples are an introduction to green chemistry that was built by UNIDO, Beyond Benign, and also the Center for Green Chemistry in Yale. We also have a green chemistry guide for organic labs. So if you're an organic chemistry professor, if you want to start implementing green chemistry in organic labs, this is a good resource for you. We also have a resource for starting to teach chemists about toxicology. And also, this is coming soon, it's our inorganic and also general chemistry guide. So if I haven't convinced you that you are in a good meeting and this is a good spot for you and green chemistry is amazing, here I added some 4 reasons for your institution to join the Green Chemistry Commitment Program. And the first one is related to savings. So by applying green chemistry in teaching and also research labs, you can have savings related to chemical purchasing, energy consumption, and also waste disposal. If you're a person that really cares about the safety of your students in their labs, green chemistry can help to improve environmental health and safety for staff, students, and also faculty within your whole institutions. If you want to be a leader and also inspire other people to act, the GCC is also for you, because you can encourage other faculty and also other departments to create this change. And if you care about our future, the GCC is also a great platform and a great tool for us to actually get this future workforce ready to address our societal and also sustainable challenges at the very molecular level using green chemistry. So this is also part of our annual survey. We've gathered some quotes about our GCC signers and what they think about green chemistry commitment. And I thought I'd share with you. My favorite one is where a community where all are welcome and valued. So this is everything I needed to talk to you about the GCC. I'd like to thank all of our partners and all of you for being here. And as I said, this is my contact. You can email me at any time. I'm going to get questions at the end, because if you didn't trust anything I said, I also would like you to hear from one of Green Chemistry commitment signers. This is Professor Nasrin Kohan. Nasrin, she is a professor of physics and division head of chemistry and biochemistry at Texas Women's University. So Nasrin, she is dedicated to make TM accessible through community engagement and also creating programs that benefit students from underrepresented and marginalized communities with opportunities to excel. She's a leader fellow of the Science Education for New Civic Engagements and Responsibilities, and she also holds the position of co-director for the Center for Innovation Southwest. And in the lab, she researches the interaction between DNA, and she uses platinum-based anti-cancer drugs. She's also interested in nanomaterials and carbon nanotubes and their use and storage of CO2. And she's also interested in teaching pedagogy and student learning, particularly in science classes. So with that, I'm gonna give the floor to Nasrin, and I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Nasrin, the floor is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Juliana, for the kind introduction, and thank you all for being here. I'm really honored to have some time to talk about our program. Let me first share my screen, make sure that works. Okay, and here we go. So another thing to mention that everything I'm going to talk about is our faculty and students in the department. So I'm just speaking on their behalf, and I'm very grateful to be able to report a little bit about what we have done with green chemistry. So one of the things I also hope to achieve today to show that doing green chemistry doesn't have to be like a big step. We can start small, manageable as faculty. Everybody is very busy, but if we try to incorporate things smaller scale, but also if you encourage your colleagues to join you, it's always like more manageable and it's more fun. We were lucky enough to sign the chemistry commitment in 22. As one of the things Juliana said, adding visibility. As soon as we signed this was a news at Texas Women's University, and basically our chemistry department was on the news. So it's really important as far as the visibility of your department goes. A little bit about Texas Women's University. We used to be just for women in 1970 something, I think 72 or 3, we started accepting men to the university. So right now we have 88% of population still is women, and we are 25% Hispanic, which is HSI university. Our population is about 15 something thousand students. We have 3 campuses, Denton, Dallas, and Houston. Denton is the main campus, and if you're not familiar with Denton, is I would say about 40 to 3 hours kind of from Dallas, depends on the traffic. So I wanted you to see the mission statement of our department. So this is on the departmental website, and we are committed to educate socially responsible, civically engaged chemists and biochemists. So this is our main core of all of our program and whatever we do in classes and research. And another aspect of our department, we have 47% of our students first generation. So the mentorship, it's very important in our department, and advocating for our students is always number one for the faculty and staff in the department. We have a Bachelor of Science, like a typical chemistry department. We have BS in biochemistry and chemistry, and also we have ACS certified. I'm happy to say we just launched our environmental chemistry BS degree in fall of 23, and we have maybe 2 students currently. We just launched it. I'm very excited about that. We also have accelerated BS MS chemistry program that we launched fall of 22, which is students, while they're doing undergraduate courses, they can work on their master degree and finish their both degrees in the minimum of 5 years. And we don't have a PhD program. We have a master program. It's very research intensive. Because of our social and civic engagement activities in 2018, we got an award from American Associations of College and University for the only hard science classes that incorporate civic engagement in majors. So that was exciting for us. But everything we achieved as well as civic engagement, I'll a little bit explain later about how we are involved in another organization. I just put some bullet points here about the research our faculty doing, and all of them, they're doing amazing research. But one is important that as far as green chemistry goes, we also have a departmental topic that we cover, microplastics in the environment. our faculty try to do something related to microplastic, either in their teaching classes, in their research. So as a department, we have a common topic of microplastics. It was interesting when Juliana mentioned 2007 was Beyond started. Like we have been involved in Sensor, which stands for Science Education for New Civic Engagement and Responsibility since 2007. And what it is was mainly focusing on relating whatever we're doing in STEM areas to the problems in the world, global importance and critical problems. It started with just having STEM majors, but now it's everybody, every majors, they are involved in Sensor. If you're interested, it's an amazing organization, and I encourage you to check the a little bit website, and I'm happy to answer any question related to it. Our department hosting the Sensor Southwest, and what we do, we have three focuses. One of our focus is environmental sustainability. As part of this organization, when I say we used to, the last regional meeting we had a symposium every year. The last one we had was 2020. And since COVID, we haven't gotten our momentum back. But the last one, the topic for us was the impact upon our communities by plastics in our environment. So I'm very excited to mention Dr. Kathy Middlecamp, that she's in the audience today and she can explain about this way better than I can. When we started this regional meeting, we were talking about, if we're talking about plastic, we should carry on the conference eliminating use, or at least minimizing use of plastic. So Dr. Kathy Middlecamp with her students from Wisconsin-Madison helped our students at TW to put together a symposium that they basically had a team, and they met online and in person, and they gave us a recommendation what to do to keep this meeting zero impact meeting. So there are a few examples here. For instance, we didn't have any paper schedule. We had reusable name tags. We told all of the attendees to bring their own coffee mug or water bottle, and they researched what kind of food we get. And my favorite is, at the end of the day, we had one of our faculty has chicken, so she took the every extra food to the chicken, so everybody was happy, including the chicken. So this is a very interesting team we have developed. But since then, every events, every symposium we have at the university, we try to keep it zero impact. We have had a couple of symposiums that our students from the zero team, impact team, they help us organizing it, and kind of like part of our green sustainable chemistry and our efforts in the department. I have a few other questions, examples here. So what do we do in our majors? Again, smaller step, manageable. For first year experience, our students get to the first thing, as was mentioned today, safety. We emphasize on safety a lot. Interesting fact, last year when they checked the safety in our chemistry lab, we had zero problem. Like chemistry lab, no problem with the safety, no chemical waste, nothing. That was amazing. So that's the main thing in our department. So in the first year, they talk about safety, and they have few experiments they deal with water quality, and kind of looking at some of the introducing the social issues to our first year students. We also in the second year, for instance, we talk about energy, renewable energy, compared to the carbon-based sources and everything like that. But in organic lab, we're trying to use more and more solventless, which using microwave or using less chemical, non-toxic solvents, and less chemicals that needed in any reaction we are doing. And like other classes, I'm gonna go a little bit quick. Chloe, please let me know if I'm going over time. When I talk about our department, there's so much going on, it's very hard to fit it, but I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So another thing our faculty doing is interesting. This was a collaboration between science course that other non-majors taking and our environmental chemistry class. They were studying the microplastic in soil. So we had non-major and majors collaborating, looking at microplastic in our local soil. We have a seminar class that the students learn about responsible conduct, the research, but we also show them the documentary of German chemist Heber, that he basically produced. He basically tried to increase the crop, but he ended up developing chemical technology in warfare. So it's a really, really ethical problem, and we have a discussion is as a scientist what he could do and which way you're thinking about. You were thinking about helping your community, but you ended up basically doing more harm to the community. So we talk about ethic in the seminar as well. Some other upper level, like in instrumental, they collect different plastics and they study what kind of plastic and what kind of polymers are its samples that our students are collecting. Another example is like our students making Play-Doh out of aluminum. So you reuse the aluminum or aluminum cans you have in the lab. Or if we are having a chemistry of copper at the end of the day, or they don't throw the copper away, we keep the copper and they reuse it in the next lab or whatever lab that it takes copper. But also our chemistry club, which is our student chapter of American Chemical Society, is very, we have very involved in the green chemistry, and they also try to incorporate the practices. One of the things, for instance, they do the blue bottle, the atomic clock experiment. They reuse the solution. They just put a rubber stopper on it and they use it when they go to different places. As Juliana said, opportunities. Our chemical lab, for instance, got awarded from Beyond Benign last year to use it in their activities. So the resources are amazing. So I really encourage you to look at the grants and awards offered by Beyond and Benign. We also developing a partnership between Beyond Benign and Healthy Building Network, HBN. I don't have to talk about Beyond Benign. You already are here. You know about them and how amazing they are. But HBN Network, they are a platform that they have 170,000 chemicals, and they have the toxicity all about those chemicals. So as part of this partnership, we're trying to teach our students about toxicity of the chemicals. We are going to incorporate this into our intro to chemistry classes, so students, even majors or non-majors, they get to see the harms the chemical are causing. And as part of this, we're gonna teach our students ethical thinking and how the chemistry is important, even if green chemistry is important, even if you are not a chemist. As part of this, we also will be talking to more of the HSI, MSI universities. So if you guys interested, please let me know, and I will be explaining a little bit more about this project. And one thing we just recently did, we hold the Green Chemistry Day in October. It was around the Chemistry Week, October 27th. We invited high school students. We had to close the registration. We had 73 high school students registered, so we closed that. That's how much we could accommodate. So we did show some of the green chemistry activities, but we also had our students talking to the students about what they were, where they are, what they're doing. And of course, at the end of the day, we had some magic shows by our chemistry club. I just put the message of one of the teachers that they came with the high school students, and they were very excited and how students were interested. And we had emails like, when are you going to do it next? So we might have another one next October. At the end, I just want to add one more project we are working. Even though our university, our department is diverse, our indigenous students, like Native American, Alaskan, and Native Pacific Islander, the numbers are very small. We only have 1%, similar to other higher education, like the number in STEM majors are really low. So we're working with some other institutes that I have listed here to work towards increasing the number of indigenous students. How this is related to the green chemistry is, as part of this, TW never had a land acknowledgement piece. So I've been working with some other folks at TW, we have a draft of a land acknowledgement, but as we all know, as part of land acknowledgement, we have to have our action plan. So our action, if you read it, I put it in the green, is not only we acknowledge that we are on the land of indigenous communities, but also we committed to take active role in supporting indigenous communities and to advocate for sustainability and minimizing the environmental impact on this land. So this is where our green chemistry and sustainability comes also. But what we're doing, we are teaching our students. Our students are going places. We have 2 students right now in Environmental Protection Agency, EPA. We have a student, they're doing internship with City of Denton and basically teaching them about like some of the green chemistry things. And we had a student just attended the last summer green chemistry summer school. I believe it was in Colorado. So at the end of the day, we pledge to educate socially responsible, civically engaged chemists and biochemists with ethical reasoning skills. As we trying to have green chemistry and sustainable practices, I guess we are more sustainable if we teach our students how to continue this path. I thank you so much for listening to me today. And again, this was not work of me. It was all of our department. We have amazing faculty, student, and staff, very dedicated. And again, thank you, Beyond Benign, to giving me this platform to brag a little bit about the department. And we are just started, and we do a lot of things, but they all started with really smaller step and collaboration. And thankfully, a lot of our faculty are on the same page, working together to care about the people and environment at the end of the day. Thank you so much, and I'm happy if we have time, I'll leave it to Chloe and Juliana if you have time for any questions. Thank you.